Good Monday. I'm Kris Foate. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Let's get started. Shirona.
Good morning. Today with us is Albert Einstein. No, I'm just kidding. John Dickmeyer. He's known as the Albert Einstein of Fort Wayne. He knows everything, right?
Well, I don't know if I know everything, but I'm a professional librarian and a professional researcher. And sometimes it appears that I know everything because at one point or another, I think I've researched nearly everything that most people would be interested in, and maybe some things that they haven't been interested in.
So the good thing about John is, like, even if he doesn't know it, he can find this information for you. And a lot of people here in Fort Wayne, sometimes they don't even know what he can do, like the researchers and the services that he offers, because this is like really valuable information. Like, give us an example that you have done that was like out of this world.
You mean over the top stuff?
Yeah.
I had a gentleman that I worked with back in the 80s. And he came to me on a Friday. And basically what happened is his business had a piece of equipment that was vital to that business. The piece of equipment went down. He said, help, help, help. I went onto a database called the ABI Inform. It's a nice database, has a lot of articles in it. We literally found a wholesale place up in northern Michigan that had this piece of equipment. By Sunday, his production line was up. So, saved this business way too much money. So, that's one thing. I used to work a business desk, and you would get all kinds of crazy people that would call in. And my favorite was to work nights and get all the people that would call in from bars. They would call in and they would ask, oh, I was on such and such ship during World War II, and I bet the guy next to me that the tonnage, the displacement of the ship was more than his. And there's a wonderful source called Jane's Fighting Ships. You go in there, zap the information, give it to him. Oh, he's real excited, and you can hear the guy on the other end, on the other end of the line saying, "Oh, I just won $100."
And did he split that with you?
No.
I have to tell you, I think I coined this word, human Google, for my husband. He's got everything in his, he doesn't research it, it's in his head.
Marvelous.
But you're now, and that should have led me to develop Google, which ticks me off. But you are now the human Google as well. I like that. So,
you know what it is, and I'll give away a secret here.
You're supposed to share the secret.
A lot of yes, yes. A lot of the secret is going in as simply as you can with common language terms. Because with Google is looking to put out information in ways that ordinary people talk.
Mm-hmm.
Now, so I can do that, but I also research the terms that I need to go with. So you may start very specific, but then you go up from that less complicated, and a lot of times you'll find exactly what you want. That's one secret. Secret number 2 is to think about concepts. Think in terms of 1, 2, or 3 concepts. Put a word from each concept into Google, and normally you'll get pretty much to where you want to go. So those are 2 secrets that everybody can work with, and they're professional searcher secrets.
That's great. So this is Monday Morning Jolt, obviously. So we want to know how you kickstart your work week, whatever it is. If it's Monday, or if it's Tuesday, whatever it is, how do you kickstart your work week?
Well, Monday morning is when I do all my planning for the rest of the week. So I start with plan. I want to set up all kinds of things for the rest of the week. I'll go in fresh and I'll start probably 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, because that's when I go in, and I'll get phone calls, set up appointments. I'll make phone calls to set up appointments. We'll schedule the rest of the week. Sometimes I have to clear things so that I have time to do research, because not every project I can do in 2, 10, 20 minutes. I sometimes need like 2 hours, particularly if I'm working on a list of businesses. I need that time. I need that time as interrupted as I can get.
Uninterrupted. And so really, your big tip is that you plan, you sit and you block out the time so your interruptions don't distract you from your jobs.
We can be outrageous here. I have a good friend, Jerry Hogan, who came into a chamber leads group, and his presentation was plan. And then what do? You plan. So, and
Jerry Hogan is going to get you now.
I know he's going to
There's
get
got to
me.
be execution.
He's going to watch this.
I know Jerry Hogan is going to get me, and he's been on my cable access show. I do a cable access show right now called Speaking of Business, which shows at various times on Comcast 57 and Frontier 27. We get some good topics on there, but he's been on probably as many times as anyone that I've ever had as a guest. Marvelous guy.
And he summed everything up in one word. Plan.
And I believe that. I believe that you need to plan. I don't always believe that you need to write that down, but you know, there are 2 ways of writing. One way is to write on paper, and the other is to inscribe upon the mind. And I think that's important, even more important than writing.
Do you have a philosophy or an adage by which you live your life or operate your business?
Yes.
Something that's summarized.
And it's I'll summarize it with several words. Listen first. Then trust people that you've listened to. And then do, largely by giving back to others. If you can give to them, then they will give back to you. And that it doesn't necessarily mean that you expect that someone gives you back. They will do that naturally. They want to help you if you can help them.
Because people want to help. People always want to help.
Always want to help, yes.
And if you could select a superpower, what would that one superpower be?
Oh, isn't that a nice question? Wisdom. Wisdom is what Solomon selected. And I don't plan on dividing babies or in
You have to.
or
multiple
in
lives.
or in settling it, yeah. So settling all the problems in the world. But I'm interested in everything that wisdom encompasses.
And then tell us something. You go ahead and ask.
Well,
a
I
question.
know something about John. John is a professional baker. Sometimes, like he makes this
Really?
Christmas pudding,
I do.
and he's famous for this Christmas pudding.
Do you know about that?
Yeah.
That Christmas pudding is called suet pudding, and
Yeah.
I
It's German.
it came from my mother-in-law and her mother via Switzerland, I believe, and it's called, as I said, it's called suet pudding. It has a product in it that we don't normally use, has a lot of molasses. It is a blood sugar killer. You can get enough sugar to last you, how much time? I mean, forever almost. And then, once you have it prepared, then you make what they call an English hard sauce, which is more sugar to put on top of that.
But John, we need energy, at least during the Christmas time.
I feed suet to the birds.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and you know, after you have the suet pudding, you can Twitter, can't you?
So, how do people get hold of you, John?
Well, I think the best way is to give me a phone call.
The number?
421-1206.
260?
260. And I'm either there or my friendly silicone friend voicemail is there. So give me a call at 3 in the morning if you want, and there will be someone friendly to answer the phone.
But he'll want to split the bet. You win with you.
I do. I do, always.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
It was a
Thank you so
pleasure
much.
having you. Thank you for coming in. We would like to thank you, the audience, for joining in today. This is Monday Morning Jolt. Use it.